Germany could very easily have won D-Day.
That was ugly zombie.
That the D-Day was not decided. That we could have lost that for sure. There were a bunch of factors that gave us that win. Not to take away from the planning and all that went into D-Day, but like that was a precarious event.
Oh, absolutely. Like the planning is like Germany might have won, or Germany could have won in spite of the plan. Not that it was just like, hey ho, let's go. Because as it turns out, unlike in Hoi, naval landings are hard.
Oh yeah,
and a lot of shit can go wrong.
Also, Cyborg, you son of a bitch! I was lining up on that guy.
Oh, SPAA, we need to kill that SPAA.
Yeah, kill it.
Come on, kill this thing.
Yep.
Oh my god, thank you, zombie. That girl's gonna be so pissed.
No, they couldn't have.
Yeah, they're balanced.
The closest Germany could come to winning World War II would be going for their stated goals inside the Soviet Union and then trying some sort of suing for peace.
They could have won in so much as they could have potentially held some more land than they started the war with and got a peace deal. But like won as in like defeat all the nations? No.
I think we, like Zombie and I have had several discussions on this, and the closest we managed to come is hold on until the U.S. civilian population gets bored of their boys dying in Germany, and pressures the administration to focus on Japan.
Yeah.
And then try and sue for peace, if they could somehow block the resupply convoys to the USSR. And I think that's like the only thing. And even then, that would be like, okay, we're suing for peace for specific things because we know you can't keep this up, not because we've won.
Gonna be playing over C.
Are you also out of ammo?
Yeah, I'm out of ammo. Cyborg gonna be playing over C.
Yes.
Semantics, if you think that the U.S. wouldn't have entered the war one way or the other, then I've got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah, it was gonna happen, but
like I'm not gonna pretend. I legitimately don't know. I'm not gonna pretend that the U.S. civilian population was raring to enter that war, but the leadership certainly fucking was.
Yeah. Admin was working overtime to try and convince the American population that, boy, we need in on this thing. We will bring balance upon them.
I don't see anybody.
Damn you. That looked great.
Like glove.
As
this
planned.
is what peak performance looks like.
Yeah. Germany had Russia. Germany had Russia, if not for America.
That's a very complicated question.
Yeah.
Military History Visualized has a great video on that regarding Lend-Lease. And the answer kind of boils down to, well, maybe, but it's kind of impossible to say.
Whoever's on B with me, by the way, we got someone like right here, just staring at this line.
Fuck.
Well, shit, Tom.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, I got two of them. Where'd you get shot from? Was it across the river? Or?
Oh, right in front of me. It's like right in front of me down the road.
Oh,
right down the road.
I really dislike what just happened there. Guys.
But yeah, like essentially looking at stuff, I don't know if Russia would have been able to beat Germany without Lend-Lease, because especially the Russian logistical system relied almost entirely on Lend-Lease vehicles, like American trucks.
Yeah.
Or American radios, all that kind of good shit. But whether Russia would have been forced out of the war, we don't really have the information to say.
Yeah. Germany could have like taken a lot more ground and done a lot more damage, but again, whether or not the war won or lost, I don't know. Best leader during World War II, like that's a like, are we talking about just like the quote unquote major leaders? How do we determine that? There's a lot of people who were in leadership positions during World War II. My automatic go-to is just Eisenhower, but I like Eisenhower a lot.
Eisenhower's good. Churchill is a retard.
But he was
a stubborn retard.
Yeah, he was
a bit of a retard.
He was what was needed, Tom.
But he also kind of fucked the British in North Africa on a number of occasions. The Germans had no right to end up doing as well as they did, and it's mainly thanks to Churchill that happened.
Oh, God. Plane. I really need the bell upgrades for this thing.
Yeah. They make it so fucking busted.
in terms of as well in terms of like the Russia, US, like USSR and Germany thing, one of the things worth noting is like just how like yes, Russia, the USSR bled ferociously in terms of how many men died. They still had a ridiculously large army by the end of it. Like they,
although,
what I mean, so the point of it that I mean is just that they had the manpower to take even more horrendous losses. So there is the option of just yes, it kept them from getting it kept them from taking even more losses, but did it actually, was it something they wouldn't have been able to achieve by themselves if they were willing to bleed as much as they needed to, which they probably were, because Stalin didn't really give too much of a shit about who died.
So my recollection here as far as Soviet manpower situation is that the Soviet manpower situation was actually a lot worse than it's often made out to be.
Shit.
Well, yes, but what I meant like in terms of like did they have like what 3 million men, or something like that in active service by the end of World War II?
6-ish. But they were at the point of
when you cut out when you said the number.
6.
Okay.
6 mil-ish. But my understanding is that yes, they had 6 million in the field, but they were pretty much scraping the bottom of the barrel as far as available bodies. Like they were forcefully conscripting people as fast as they could from all of the land that they were liberating back from the Germans, which is rather humorous. And my understanding is that a big part of the reason for their success and is that they got very good at allocating resources to the fronts that really needed them and leaving other stuff under strength.
What did YouTube censor?
Yeah, but my point is there though that they still had men to lose. Not like they could have taken those kinds of losses forever, but that they weren't. It wasn't like a Britain situation.
I'm more in favor of fortresses myself.
By 1945, I honestly don't know. Like Stalin was willing to lose them, but my understanding is that the manpower situation was getting rather dire in the Soviet Union by that point. It was never like Germany bad, right? It was never like conscript the 14-year-olds bad. But it was certainly really bad.
That's interesting, actually, because that does change the calculus.
But obviously I'd have to go look at the numbers again, too, as far as what they had left and whatnot. But my understanding is that the manpower situation was better than Germany, but not, oh yeah, we have plenty of men to continue fighting for another 2 years, which I funny enough did a small essay when I was in college on a world history class on Operation Unthinkable and its feasibility.
Which that might come in handy.
Yeah. I didn't do too much for it, but there's some interesting stuff in there as far as, like, from what I recall when I did that, Russia fighting the United States and Britain immediately after the end of the war probably would have ended badly just because of the lack of manpower that they had by that point.
Oh, it would have ended badly no matter what. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
They're playing behind you, Hornet, just so you know.
Well, shit.
It was just an interesting thought experiment, though, based upon the world would have turned out a lot better, and using hindsight, if Operation Unthinkable had happened.
Yeah.
Before the Russians got nukes.
I don't see this plane you speak of, but I trust that you saved me. Oh.
Oh, come on!
Damn, you just evaporated.
One of my bombs got blown up by an MG round.
The plane's still up, Hornet. He's going for you.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. He missed all of those shots.